42 a.m. This is News and Views on Salam Media, and we're going to be wrapping up with our final interview of the morning, and that is with Dr. Monica Stach. She is the COO at Cotlands. Back in the day, it was referred to as Cotlands Baby Sanctuary. We're going to hear if it still stands as is, or has it changed. But the particular focus this time around is on the first ever Africa Continental Play-Based Learning Conference. Dr. Monica Stach, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. Doctor, can you hear me? Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity and more listeners.
Okay, you are the COO at Cotlands. Thank God you are still in existence, having done great work over, gosh, many years. Talk to us a little bit about Cotlands. How have they evolved? Are they still a baby sanctuary?
Sure. So thank you so much. So 87 years we've been in existence and
Wow.
serving children. And over the last 14 years have shifted our focus to early childhood development and specifically working in communities where children don't have access to any play-based early learning before they start school. So we very much still functioning and still an organization that's reputable and that serves the children in South Africa.
Wonderful. Regarding the baby sanctuary over the past that many years, are you still dealing with babies? And I think back in the day, it was a lot to do with unwanted babies and then taking care of them and possibly then eventually placing them in homes. Is that still part of what you do at Cotlands?
No, we no longer do that. We do, however, work with babies, but we do so with them in communities where they still live with their parents, and we offer them play-based learning play groups. And so we have mothers who bring their babies, and we then help them with the stimulation. We do early identification if there's any types of referrals that are required, and we just generally provide support to the mother in the care of her baby. Starting out motherhood can be very daunting, and so we play a role in that very early years through the programs that we do, and that is setting up toy libraries and then offering these play groups to children birth to 2 years.
So, how many centers do you have throughout the country?
So we operate 87 play groups, and we also own and operate 12 toy libraries. And over the last year, we set up a further 16 in partnership with corporates and served a total of 32,000 children through the
Wow.
programs that we currently run in South Africa.
That's a huge number. And obviously, I guess when you're in partnership with corporates and your donors, the fund donors, they do want to see stats. They want to see evidence that the program is working. What type of evidence do you, provide to really indicate that this is what we're doing, this is how the program runs, this is for how long it runs, these are the outcomes that we're working towards, and we've had X number of children that have gone through the program?
Yes, so we have very robust external evaluation programs. In fact, last year we concluded such a study called the ELOM Learning Outcomes Measure, and this is a national study that is also used by government to actually determine outcomes of children and to also evaluate programs against that. And so they do a baseline and an endline study. Children's early learning scores for school readiness by 33%. And this intervention only takes place twice a week for 4 hours at a time, and it's completely play-based. And so, we also have a conference coming up in the next day or two where we are going to be working with policymakers and with others working in the space, practitioners and also parents, to further promote play-based learning. So we present this. This is also part of that evidence base to kind of show people and to showcase other partners who forms part of this conference, such as DBE, UNICEF, Sesame Workshop. We also are partnering with Hope Worldwide and also the Lego Foundation. And collaboratively, we are showcasing our work so that we could also learn from parents, but also affect policy changes potentially. And the big message we want to get out there is that children learn through play, and that play-based learning is something which is, something that parents can do at home. And we want to enthuse people to be making the time and space for their children to play and to also play alongside their children, which is really very powerful.
And do you find that the children that go through your centers definitely have an advantage over the children that are not exposed to this play based training and what your centers do offer?
Yes, in fact, about 3 weeks ago, we did what we called our Ilom Indaba, where we brought all of our leadership together from across the country, and we looked at the scores that we've achieved. And in that Indaba, one of the team leaders were relaying how in the area where they work, which is in Leidenburg, they were so amazed at a teacher from a local primary school that teaches grade R approached her and just wanted to understand what does this program do, because she has a couple of children that have now turned, 5 turning 6, and so they moved out of our groups into grade R. And she could see just how these children were streaks ahead of their peers, and she couldn't understand. And she kind of knows the preschools in the area, and our program's been running there for about a year or two, and so these children have had a couple of years of exposure to our program. And so she was so delighted when she learned that these children come from a play group, a program. And she actually confirmed that, when she looks at the children in her grade R group, that the Cotlands children are definitely far more stimulated, and their school readiness skills are in place, and visibly they've kind of received the right kind of foundation and grounding in the work that we do. And it's so wonderful when you think it's all about play and all about having fun, and children actively busy and actively steering also a lot of what happens in the play group. So if a child really is enjoying the block play, and I see on the screen some matching activities, etc. So if children enjoy that, they kind of have the privilege of staying a little bit longer with that kind of activity. And we have the early learning play group facilitators who then assist the children and ask the right questions and have conversations, and in that way extend their learning.
Monica, I'm wondering, people watching and listening to us this morning, running their own little creches, home schools, daycare centers, etc., they would definitely benefit from a program such as this. What criteria is in place for them to apply to get your learning materials and a bit of tutoring to get all the kids right across the nation on board, so that we have really a force that is going forward all on the same page?
So if they visit our website, cotlands.org, they will find a contact page and all of our regional offices where we operate toy libraries from. And they're very welcome to approach the toy library to become a member. And with that package of taking toys back to their early childhood development center, we then support and skill people in play-based learning.
Wow.
We also then share with them learning plans so that they can improve their practice as when they are with the children, and in that way have the opportunity to tap into a program that works and that has the capacity to shift children's school readiness scores by 33%, and all of that under the banner of children learning through play.
Wonderful. This is a first for South Africa, feather in your cap, undoubtedly, because South Africa is now going to be hosting the first ever continental play based learning conference. Tell us why they chose South Africa. What was your role as Cotlands in bringing this to South Africa, and what are the outcomes you're hoping to achieve, not only for South Africa, but for the international little people in our lives?
So the play-based conference is in fact the first time we're doing this post-COVID, but it's our 10th play-based learning conference. And Cotlands started the very
Wow.
first play conference in South Africa. And in the next year that we did this, UNICEF and DBE and the Lego Foundation joined us. And then we did a couple before COVID struck, and for the last 3 years were unable to do so. So we're delighted that we're able to bring the 10th edition of the Play-Based Conference to South Africa. And the last one we held was a continental one, which was across Africa and which was very much at that time led by the Lego Foundation. So this is really quite exciting, and the fact that in this conference the focus will be on parents and the role of parents in promoting play-based learning at home. And so the theme's quite important, and we know that children spend most of their time in the company of their parents or a caregiver, even an older sibling. And we'll be showcasing some of the wonderful programs that our partners have done over the last 3 years, all of which is also have a very strong evidence base that interventions in the home where we work with parents yield very positive results and can in fact encourage play-based learning. As with very minimal structure, minimal input, we are seeing wonderful results that parents just take on these programs. And there's a variety that's currently being rolled out in South Africa. And yeah, looking forward to learning from everybody as they share their knowledge over the next 2 days.
Okay, so when and where is it taking place? And can I, as a layperson, attend? And how do I apply to attend?
So the in-person attendance was by invitation because we were sure that we had the right number of candidates in the room, and also make sure that we had parent representativity, etc. But delegates can in fact obtain a link for in order for them to then live stream the plenary sessions, which takes place in the morning, the 2 mornings. So the conference starts tomorrow, the 21st and the 22nd. It's at the Indaba Hotel. But unfortunately, if you didn't register for the in-person sessions, you won't be able to attend. However, I know that there's still opportunity for people to be able to get the link. So they can contact us through Cotland's website, and we will gladly share the link with everybody in the morning as soon as it's released, and they can then partake in the live stream. The conference will also produce a post-conference document, which would be a synopsis of all of the workshops that we will be doing. And there's an array of topics, such as what are the principles when we work with parents in play-based learning. Another workshop will look at what are those pre-skills required before children can do things like robotics and coding, and how do we create those pre-skills through play-based learning. There's also sessions on how do we influence policy, and what does the policies in South Africa actually say about play-based learning and parents, and the parents' role in all of this. So we want to produce a booklet post the conference with all of these outputs from participants who helped us then garner all of this learning, and that would also be made available to the public post-conference.
Wonderful. Just very quickly before I let you go, tell us who are the people we should be looking forward to listening to at the conference.
So we've got Nicholas Dowdle from the Department of from the Lego Foundation, who will be sharing some of the wonderful insights that Lego Foundation have gained in some of their studies. We're looking forward to listening to Andre Vivier from UNICEF around policy and practice. We're also very excited to hear from our colleagues at Sesame Workshop, Maury Payne, around the impact of television and the impact of their parenting program. And then also from our colleague, Dr. Mark Acquire, who is busy leading a consortium working on learning through play, which is the largest parenting program being run in South Africa at the moment. And also, they will be sharing some of their success stories and the lessons that they've learned as they endeavor to reach hundreds and thousands of parents through their Learn Through Play program. So those are some of the highlights and some of the speakers in the plenary that we're looking forward to learning from.
Sounds absolutely fascinating. And all of this for a very, very bright future of the little people in our lives. Thank you indeed for coming on board and making a difference. And I will be in contact. I think we need to start talking with all of those people and getting very important information out to our parents, to our communities, and broadening and enriching the minds of the little darlings in our lives. Dr. Monica Stach from Cotlands, thank you indeed for your valued time this morning. Good luck for tomorrow and Thursday. I'm sure it's going to be a great conference.
I'm also very much looking forward to that as we ignite uh, people and children's potential through play.
Thank you once again. God bless, keep safe, and have a good day.
Thank
It is exactly 9:58 a.m. Thank you indeed for your company this morning. I hope you've enjoyed the discussions on news and views on Salam Media. I will be back with you next week, Monday. Tomorrow, you'll be joined by Salailo Makwadiri. Thursday and Friday will be in the company of Inayat Wadi. A big thank you to our producers, both technical and content. As I've indicated, till the next time, which is Monday, take care. Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.